Hey, welcome to another episode of Kelvin's Crib. Today's topic is upgrading. And in this sense, I'm talking about upgrading your associations. There's a philosophy that says you are the average of the five people that you spend the most time with. And a psychologist by the name of Dr. David McClellan, he did a study in which he concluded that as much as 95% of your success or failure in life can be directly tied to the people that you associate with. And I was like, wow, that's a big percentage to me. But I get it though, because as humans, we are social beings and we are largely influenced by the people we associate with and by our environment. Sometimes if you just take a look around you and you see the people you're hanging around or the people that you're associated with in your environment, and you realize it does have a huge influence on how you conduct yourself and what you do. So that does make a lot of sense to me. And I was reading a book by Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn is a famous philosopher and motivational speaker. And this book he wrote, the book is entitled Leading an Inspired Life. And he talked about three questions that you should ask yourself when it comes to your associations, the people that you're hanging around. And basically, the first question is just that: who am I hanging around? Who is this person? And is this someone I want to emulate? And the second question is, what kind of influence are they having on me? Okay, what am I doing when I'm around this person? How am I acting when I'm around this person? And the third question is basically, is this okay? So those first two things are, okay. You're asking yourself, is this okay? Is this what I want? And when it comes to that, that's when, you kind of have to divide your associations into three different categories. And this was also part of Jim Rohn's book. But those three categories are basically disassociation, limited association, and expanded association. So let's break those down real quick. Disassociation is probably the hardest one because that's basically meaning you have to let people go. And in life, and I'm sure you've heard this before, but in life there will come a time when you have connections, associations that you have to let go if you have aspirations to move forward, if you have aspirations to, get beyond your current set of circumstances and you inspire to be greater. There are people who will not be able to handle where you're going because they don't understand it. So there are people that you have to let go. And the hardest part of this is these could be people that you've known your whole life. I mean, these could be people who were friends, close friends, but guess what? Now you have to move on. It's time to let them go. Doesn't mean that they're bad people, but, sometimes they could be bad people and you didn't realize it, but you have to make tough choices, and sometimes you have to let people go in order to move forward. The second one is limited associations. Again, these are people that you know, but these could be coworkers. These could be people who are, they're friends, but they're not people who are basically a big part of your life or inspiring you. They're just people that you know. You see them every now and then. People that you see at work, you may see at a gathering, you may see at a grocery store. Okay, these are people that you normally say hello and bye to. These are limited associations. You may speak to them at a function or something like that. But the third group is your expanded associations. These are the relationships that you want to cultivate, right? Because these are people that you can learn from. These are people that will help you grow, that inspire and motivate you. And they can be any number of people. There can be people who are where you want to go, people who are already up there that you aspire, can be where you aspire to get, but they don't have to be. So these associations can be simply people who are around you. I mean, they can be, close friends who they may be at a certain point in life. And I made the mistake, I think, one time when I was looking for expanded associations. I mistakenly thought they always had to be people who had more than me, people who were always up here. Which, it's a good thing if you have people who are where you want to be, like I said. But if you have people who are generally wanting you to succeed, these people can be at a certain point in their life where they're satisfied, they're happy, they're actually, they love where they are, but they understand that you want more, and they are motivating you and pushing you to higher heights. So when you have people in this group, people who actually care about you, who actually want you to succeed, who are assisting you and motivating you, inspiring you to be better, these are the relationships that you really need to spend most of your time cultivating, because they can help you grow. They can help you to get to where you want to be. So just remember, when it comes to upgrading, it doesn't mean that everybody, is bad and you need to get rid of everybody. Okay. It just means you need to decide what category do people fit in, and to cultivate those relationships, those expanded relationships, to get you to where you need to be so that you can continue to grow. And then you can be an inspiration to somebody else. So that's it for today. So the next topic that I'm going to be talking about in the next video is going to be one that's very important as well. And like I said, we've covered 3 subjects so far, right? We've covered life-altering change, we've covered mindset maintenance, and we've covered upgrade. And the next one is going to be the uncomfort zone, that's a good one. And it can be difficult as well, but it is very, very important. So see you next time around when we'll talk about the uncomfort zone. Until then, be blessed.